get that part of it. There's two other parts to the
Well,
question.
basically, I'm in favor of the tax cut, period. No to unification and no to sales tax.
Thank you very much. Now we go to Tammy Wilson.
Yes, I'm in support of the tax cap. No for the sales tax and no for unification.
Thank you very much, Tammy. Go to Dave Miles.
Tax cap, yes, I support it. No on the sales tax and no on unification.
Tax cap, I've always supported the tax cap as it has been. I need to see the numbers on this new one. I haven't signed the thing. I'll probably vote for it on the ballot. Sales tax, absolutely not. I would not have voted to put it on the ballot. And absolutely not on unification. And I hope we have more questions about that.
About unification?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And dollar third.
Yes, I support the tax cap. No, I don't support the sales tax. And 3, I do support unification if the city doesn't get its financial resources together, because I think it's really going to save us money.
Thank you very much. Now we go to Mark Ames.
I do not support the sales tax. I believe we need to have a tighter tax cap, and I do not believe we should entertain unification, although there are those within the borough and the city that want to see the city to go belly up to acquire the city's assets. One of those many assets coveted is the police department. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we go to Blue Cup.
Tax cap as written, I don't support it. Sales tax, I voted no. And unification, I don't support.
Thank you very much. Now we go to Billy Blanchard.
I do not support the tax cap as written. I don't support the sales tax, nor do I support unification.
Thank you.
No follow-up question?
Not really, because my follow-up question would be on unification. If anybody had said yes, and with the exception of Valerie, I mean, that's the biggie to me. The tax cap, I think the ones that said no speak for themselves.
Right.
You know, I think that's very frightening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Who would like to ask a question?
Come on, don't be shy.
Unification.
Go ahead.
Give it to him.
Don't want to hog, but no one else is going to ask.
That's fair.
This is just to get a feel for philosophy and kind of educate myself, a little off the borough, but there is a petition out right now for something called clean elections, free elections? Clean elections. It basically is publicly financed elections. I guess it would affect borough candidates if it was passed. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, just okay. Just state. If a candidate agreed to take public money, taxpayer money, they would have to also agree not to take private money. And the idea of it is supposedly to diminish the influence of donors, maybe such as myself, since I've donated lots of money to candidates. But how do you feel about this newfangled petition circulating around called Clean Elections?
Thank you very much, Randy. We'll start with, this time we're going to start with Tammy Wilson.
I'm sorry to say, but I don't know a lot about it. I am concerned when you use public money for candidates. I personally prefer to give back to candidates that I like. That's why every time when I fill my federal tax return out, I don't just not mark yes, but I scribble it out so they can't mark yes. I think the idea is a great idea. I am just really concerned how you would make something like that work. Also, people need to be able to back who they want to back, because it's not just the money that the candidates need. They also need people to go out there and tell others, and I'm afraid if you take the people out of it and put government in, I've never known when government's been put into anything that things have ever gotten better. So that really, really concerns me, but I would like to see a lot more on it.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to ask a point of clarification. Lisa Pegger, you know about this this issue, right? You're circulating petitions. It's optional, right? You don't have to be a part of it?
No, that's right.
Okay, so we'll go ahead with the other candidates. Stay up.
Well, optional definitely makes it a little more palatable, but sounds pretty complicated. This community, at least for local elections, has these forums, and the public gets a good view of the candidates through the forums. ITA's done a great job, KJNP, all the other public forums that we have for candidates. I think that's the way to go. Let's promote lots more good forums to get people involved in that way. Thank you.
Thank you. Guys,
Yeah, I'll sign on to that. I'd support almost anything that reduces the amount of money involved in politics, including local politics, because it's the influence of money is insidious. I'm here to tell you. But apparently, you get into free speech issues if you limit the amount of the entire campaign. I'd support reducing further the limit on individual contributions. Anything to ratchet down the size of these campaigns. Get television out of it would be a good start. But using public money to solve the problem, I don't know enough about it, I guess is a fair answer, but it sort of scares me. Thank you.
thank you very much. Valerie.
Yes, I've already signed that petition. I signed it over a month ago, and I think what the public is really looking for is honest politicians or candidates that aren't in anybody's pocket. And all we have to do is look at all the corruption that's been brought out in the newspapers and the unethical acts of people that are being in trial right now, and I think we really need to look at that. It would be something that the voters would approve, and I'm sure all the ins and outs would get worked on. And if Mr. Slattery would pledge not to go on TV or radio, I'll do the same. What do you think, Guy?
You were on there last night on Channel 11.
Hey.
Half these people saw you.
Me too.
What do you think, Guy? No TV or radio commercial?
After you're on there. Wow.
Thank you very much.
Next question, Mary.
Now we're going to go to Mark Ames.
I did not see that petition. I did sign the ITA petition. And to shorten my answer, for those interested, I won't be on television for the 45 free minutes that everyone else is on. The people behind that wanted me to sit behind an Islamo green and would not allow me to have my standards of red, white, blue, and gold. So I forewent that. And I also want to point out that I'm supporting Dave Miles and Wolfgang Falk in this election. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we go to Luke Hopkins again on the issue of clean elections.
Thank you. I signed the initial petition that was allowed it to be submitted to the Lieutenant Governor. Some issues have come up that I've sat around and spoken to people on, that I have a concern that it's voluntary, therefore if one is matched in a campaign with someone who is receiving private money or donated money, and then you're getting public money, the scales are already tipped. And I'm not sure that's a fair situation, so the issue that it's voluntary and you can stand up and say that, what's the effect after or at the time of an election and then you get into office? I still think that there's some problems with it, and I haven't spent enough time on the various websites to figure it out. So I don't know how I will vote, if there are enough signatures to put it on the ballot in 2008, but I did sign it to submit it to the Lieutenant Governor, and I'm glad I did.
Thank you very much. Now we go to Billy Blanchard.
Thank you. I can say too that I haven't spent enough time researching this issue, but it sounds like one that warrants our attention. But I too have concerns because people have a right to, hear the information. We have a lot of forums, and I think that's important that voters get out and get a chance to get information. But if things are restricted, and I agree, television is certainly expensive, but it's another medium to get the word out there, so hopefully we get voters out to vote and they care about the issues. So again, I don't have enough information to say whether I support that or not. I'd have to research some more. Thank you.
Thank you very much.